What? Oh, there you are. Hello. I wasn't sure where you'd gone, Fifi. Hello. Morning, Hansa. Morning, Drew. How are you both? How's it going? Good morning, Carl. Morning, Charlie. I am so sleepy today. Morning, Anhole. You're okay, you think? Basically, poor Alex has a cough at the moment. And, like every time I would nod off to sleep, he would cough and I'd wake up again. I mean, he obviously had it worse than I did because he was actually doing the coughing. But it meant that I didn't even get to sleep until like, I want to say like 2:30. And then I was woken up like every 10 minutes throughout the night. So I'm just very tired. Getting out of bed today was just like, oh no. So I might have a little nap and hope that Alex is feeling a bit better soon. Good morning, Bubble. Morning, Ravine and Polly and Nick and Kaino and Megalomaniac. I'm glad we were able to shed some light on your stream and bring you some good times. Thank you, Delta. Good morning. Morning, Emma. Good morning, Annie and Limewood. And that sounds great, yeah. Morning, Lee. Morning, Joe. So yeah, I'm just a bit snoozy. Morning, Sarah. But hopefully all will be well soon. Eat breakfast, nap with the buns, wake up for the end. That does sound like a good plan. Did Hansen get told off for being a wholesome, spontaneous pickle? No, not told off. I'm very grateful. It's very sweet. Very generous. Gerry, are you standing? Did I say morning on hall? Morning, vamp. Hello. Fifi has been so, like, she was so full of pinkies last night. You did, but hello again. Morning, Anna. Morning, Melba. Oh yeah, who was that? You go. Thank you very much for the 9 months. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That is very kind of you. Good morning, Tim. Riley needs to nap like a bun. I do. Good morning, Myra. You're excited for Friday? There's Final Fantasy news. Ooh. We're going to get some more blood tests soon. Oh, I hope they go well. Treat yourself to something lovely that day. Bunnies, why do you want to be behind me? Every time I move around, they move around behind. Hello. Hello. Good morning, Saffron. Fam, thank you very much. Oh my gosh, 34 months. Thank you for being an awesome person who is so caring and just wonderful. And thank you for this amazing community. Well, thank you for being one of the people who makes it so amazing. Thank you. Can't find your hoodie. It's got to be somewhere. Don't worry. Just keep looking. It'll turn up. I'll get a hot chockey after if I feel up to it. Kirsty and I were talking about having hot chocolate tomorrow for the live comfort zone. But then we were also talking about wearing onesies and I'm like, oh no, is it going to be too warm for a hot drink? Because the games night room does get very warm. I don't want it to get stinky with the two of us all snuggled up. So it might just have to be onesies over the chair or something. You're drinking hot buttered rum. I've as in like spiced rum. It does sound cozy. I'm so sleepy. Morning, Tin Pot. I had such like you know when you have like, okay, Wednesday is going to be my really productive day. And I was like, I'm going to get this done, I'll get this done. And now I'm like, I just want to get napping done. There's still a few things. that I can do. I also had quite a stressful dream as well, so I don't think that's helped the sleepy situation. Fifi was in such a binky mood last night. It was really funny. One of the blankets was all ruffled up, so I was smoothing it out, and it was that pink blanket. And as soon as I had finished smoothing it out, Fifi ran over and started digging it. So I started giggling just because I was like, that's so naughty. And as soon as I giggled, she did like the biggest binky and just ran away. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know you're being naughty. Morning, A21. Good morning, Squid. Morning, Lazy Butt. Hello. You have a post-COVID booster vaccine sniffles. I hope they go soon. At least you're, one step more towards fighting it. Gerry, you want your breakfast, don't you? Okay. Hang on. Don't you try and jump over now. I know. You're a very lovely boy. Ooh. Good morning, Rob. Hello. There we go. Oh. So it turns out I have the rest of this week off as I had holiday to use, so for once I have buns on PC. You got to book your booster soon, Vamp. I wonder when my next one is going to be. I think Alex should be having one before me. Not had anything through about it though. But they were doing them at the pharmacy yesterday. I had a palaver. I went to the pharmacy yesterday to get a repeat prescription. And the person just told me I'm their favourite house to collect from, and they all fight together. Oh, that's sweet. I went to the pharmacy, and whilst I was in the very front of the queue, like by the desk waiting, there was a sign saying, like, it's quicker to use the NHS app. So in the time I was waiting, I managed to download and sign into and reset my password for the app. But then for some reason it was like, your prescription isn't recorded on here, so go to your pharmacy. And I was like, oh. Thinking I was going to get it sorted. So hopefully it's going to pick it up now. I've forgotten why I started that sentence. Are your headaches better? There's a bit of a one today, but that's just because of lack of sleep. I think overall they're getting a bit better. But I think there's just certain things that trigger it, and one of them is lack of sleep. Oh, sorry, Gerry, I was getting your floof out. Now that I'm not going to freeze, I'm going to the shops for caffeine. Enjoy. Have a lovely time. Certain because you're wondering when your next booster. Oh yeah, so whilst I was in the pharmacy, people were having their boosters. That was it. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Cow. So yeah, I guess they are doing them now. Good morning, Rob. Good morning, Sam. And I also did that thing where, when you go to the shops and you're like, okay, I need to go to the shops and get this thing. Rob, thank you very much for the 16 months. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Morning, Milo. I really needed to go to the shops for kitchen roll. And all whilst I was in the shop, I was like, there's something I've not got. And when I was checking out, I was like, I swear I've forgotten something. And it wasn't until like 3 hours later when I was at home, I was like, oh, I remember what it was. So I might have to pop back out again today and get kitchen roll. And poopa. I need to do a big order because we usually order like loo roll, kitchen roll and tissues all in one big thing from Who Gives a Crap. But I think I don't know if they'll arrive very soon. So I might just have to get a little kitchen roll top up. Gerry, you're very soft at the moment. Would you say, oh, it's blow high? That's how Rydian said it was said. So I have a list on my phone of things I want to buy. That makes sense. Gerry, there's all these ones in front of you. Why are you going for the ones under you? What did I forget? I forgot kitchen roll. So yeah, I just need to get a little... I was thinking blue high. Aw, all sharks are blue. Well, that one is. I guess usually they're a bit more grey. You shouldn't forget that you forgot. Yeah. They don't often say hi, though. This is true. Maybe that's just because it comes up as bubbles. But I did get everything else I needed, and we had tacos for dinner. And they're very nice, very messy, which is why it would have been nice to have the kitchen roll. That was the problem. As soon as I bit into one, I was like, oh, that's what I needed to get. Morning, Striker. Oh, Gerry, you missed that one. I usually go to Costco and buy all that stuff in bulk. It's great, but I never really have space for a... Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did you sing the It's Raining Tacos song? I don't think I know that song. Boop. 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 Oh, Fifi. You just want more food, don't you? She just wants breakfast. Thoughts consumed with the want of breakfast. Yeah, oh, you snuggly today. Is Costco the one that you need to have membership for if you're going to buy stuff from there? Good morning, Chewy. Hello. Cutie patootie. Good morning, Bassets. Bit of a trek. Do you know I don't even know where the Costco is in Bristol? I assume we have one. It's probably up in Bloomin'... What's it called? Cribs Causeway. Where the big things are. Open mouth. Oh, Costco is a membership. I think my dad had, when he was a head teacher, I think he had membership to Costco. Because I guess they used to get, look at all this, Fifi. When they had like school discos and stuff like that, it was good to get things in bulk. Thanks to my father-in-law renewing his membership every year since we moved in together. Ah, oh, bunnies, you... Why are you so far back? Oh, Banooies. I don't know if there's anything I'd want from Costco. I don't know if there's anything I need that many of in one go. Although I guess buying in bulk often is very good. I mean, technically we do buy the loo roll in bulk anyway. I can't remember how many rolls it is. I want to say 46 or 36, but I can't remember. But we just put them all under the spare bed. Oh my gosh, I'm so yawny. Oh. Maybe I should have a nap. What should be the action of the day? After the stream, I'll have breakfast. And then maybe I'll have a nap. And then if I wake up before the stream, I'll try and do something else. I was hoping to get Belly moved into a new tank today. But it's quite a palaver. But maybe I can do it. Do you know, I started setting her tank up yesterday. And I was thinking, like, I don't know, like, I want to make a video about this, but I don't know where I want to put it. So I was like, oh, if I want to put it on TikTok, it will have to be like vertical. But if I want to put it on YouTube, I have to film it horizontal. And I found myself filming it both ways. I was like, I need to make a choice. I can't film everything both ways. Breakfast, nap, lunch, next stream. That sounds good. Good morning, Stevens. Breakfast will be peanut butter on toast. I've just been really diagonally. I've just been really jonesing for peanut butter recently. Oh, doodle. Alexa's kicking off. But yeah. Need an app like TikTok and YouTube where we film it both ways and call it bun up. I remember seeing. Oh. Sorry. I was just a Jersey. Giselle, thank you very much for the 11 months. Morning, hope you have a good morning. I am just really sleepy. I'm having a lovely morning. Now I managed to get some sleep when poor Alex went to work. Morning, Ripples. You're having that too. How are you, Giselle? How's it going? How be do? I saw go back to the 90s and film it and scale what? Film everything in 4:3. Like all the old music videos. I saw a thing once. I can't remember why, but it was a guy who was filming something and he literally had this rig that was basically like two phones, and they were in like a cross and then both on the same handheld thing. And it was so that he could be filming both like horizontally and vertically at the same time. So I guess that's why. I guess that's the future of content creation. I actually am filming in 4:3 for my streams because they are set in the 70s. Oh. He was a priest camera person, yeah. But it's one of those things that, like, I feel like I've been going on about this a lot recently. But I don't know. I don't know what to put where at the moment. Very tired, finishing my fourth of 5 12-hour night shifts of the week. So looking forward to heading to sweet, sweet sleep. Oh, bless you. Oh, I hope you get a good night's sleep, a good day's sleep. Yeah, night shifts, they are not fun. I remember I did, there was something I was filming once, and the way that they did the night shifts was to slowly like increase it, so we started and finished like half an hour earlier every day, so that by the end we were like, I think at the beginning we were finishing at like, I can't even remember now, like 4 in the morning or something, but then the next day would finish at 3:30 in the morning and the next day it'd be 3 in the morning sort of thing. So it slowly sort of eased back into being a normal shift, but it was not fun, and it was in the woods as well. So it was very spoopy and tiring. I once worked nights when the clocks went back. We had to work the same hour twice. Oh no! Oh no, that's the worst timing. Oh no. My employer is pretty nice and understanding and works with me to make it work. Oh, that's nice. I don't miss long shifts. 9 to 5 is a treat. When I was a chef, I used to do 14-hour days in between 10 to 14 days in a row. Yeah. Yes, being a chef seems very tough. My experience as, professional player tells me that. My mate does 2 weeks days and 2 weeks nights. Lives on Monster and Red Bull. Oh, jeez. Good morning, Poke Cake. I am okay. I'm just very snoozy today. Yeah, I think I used to do like 14-hour days in film stuff. But then they were like, what if we did 11-hour days, but you don't get a lunch break? And everyone decided to go for that instead because they wanted the earlier finishes. But those were tough days. Especially as it was like mostly location work, mostly outside. You've escaped the doctor again. Palin, are you a Dalek? I hope everything went okay at the doctor. 11-hour days without lunch break. Yeah, it was like you did get to eat, but you weren't officially allowed to like stop for lunches. No, we didn't have 3-hour lunches. It was basically like there were like European laws that meant that you had to have a break after a certain number of hours, sort of thing. So you would do, I think officially it was like 6 hours, then a break, and then 6 hours. But because of packing up and loading the van and unpacking the van in the morning, it added like the extra time on either side. Whereas if we did like 11 hours, you didn't have to have that stuff. But I guess it was probably closer to 12 because of the packing up still. It was a nightmare of a shoot anyway. Doctor Who jokes are lost on me, just a podiatry thing. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought Gerry was going to flop. But yeah, that's just like the film industry does. Long hours. It's what they do. It's what they like to do. Oh, Gerry boy. Look at him. Munch, munch, munch. Oh, to be a snuggled bun under the snuggle table. I hope Alex does feel better soon. Bless him. I'm also slightly worried that I'm going to get the cough, which I don't, obviously if I get it, I get it, but tomorrow would be the worst day to get it. So, as long as I get it the day after, that'd be fine. Would you get rid of turning the clocks backwards and forwards? I wouldn't mind if they stopped it, because despite how many years I've lived on this planet, I still get confused and have to think like, wait, which way are they? Wait, what? So we get an extra, so it's darker now or it's light? What? So for that reason alone, if it went, I wouldn't mind. The film industry sounds like hell to work in. There's good and bad, like in every job. You're gonna get like there were some sets that I worked on that were really lovely, and then there were some sets that I worked on that were quite tough. Maggie Smith. Downton Abbey was very nice to work on. In general, it had its tough days. But yeah, there were some, like, the nicest thing I think I did was I did a children's TV thing, and that, because we were working with like very young actors, that had quite short hours. So it was actually really nice. There's one shoot that I never got to do. One shoot that I never got to do, I'm trying to think what it was. It was something similar to Last of the Summer Wine, like that sort of thing. It had an older cast. And basically, and they'd all been doing it for years. And they basically said, like, they would like about 2 o'clock every day. They'd be like, "Okay, yeah, we're done," and they'd just finish, and then everyone would just go home. I was like, that's what I want. I want to do a shoot like that where everyone's just sort of like, yeah, I feel like I'm done for the day. Let's just go. Morning, jalapeno. But yeah, Dixie was very nice to work on. What was the worst thing to work on? The worst thing to work on was... Oh, apparently, what was the other one? Not Echo Beach. What's the one that is a... it was like a detective thing set... Oh, where was it? I want it like set in the Caribbean or something. And it starred... It changed who the detective was. But it starred the guy who played Nick in My Family. Death in Paradise. Apparently that was very lovely to work on. Because a lot of people from Holby would go and work on that. And apparently that was just really nice days. They would just like get a boat over to the island in the morning, do some filming, get the boat back, and then just chill all the time in this really lovely location. Oh, Gerry. He's snuff. Oh, Alex just sent me a message saying coffee, but as in I am coffee. Oh, my poor boy. But yeah, I didn't film that one. I didn't really ever want to do stuff that would mean that, hello, you're doing a very big stretch there, Fifi. I imagine outdoor shoots when it's dark and raining weren't that fun. Yeah. I think some of the toughest days we did were on The Living and the Dead, which is like a BBC horror thing. And a lot of that was just like in the woods at night when it was raining, or in a muddy village with a rain machine on, and it's just like, it's one of those things that it's not even like us getting damp that is the problem. It's just for the camera team. It's like so much extra work because you've got to, like, if it's raining, when you change lenses, it becomes like a big faff, and the conditions are just like a lot more difficult for keeping the cameras safe and stuff. That's the one where your hand appears. That is the one with my hand in. I've still not found it. I'm not going to go back and watch it now. Funnily enough, we were watching The Crown the other day and Colin Morgan was in there and I was like, oh my gosh, he's back. Was there anything I regret not working on? I never got to do... I was asked to do it so many times, but it never worked out. But I never got to do... what was it called? What was the one with Aidan Turner? And it was just him topless scything wheat in a field for a big pole dark. That's the one. That's the one. I was always asked to do it and I just never actually, like, the dates never worked out and I never did it. But it would have been nice to do. Because then I could have met Aidan Turner and been like, we've got the same surname. You've led an interesting life. Well, everyone's led interesting lives, really. It's just, they don't seem interesting to us because we were there. Sort of thing. I think one of I only ever quit one job. And it was a short film. And... you just got a lot of stuff where, like, for instance, I turned up on the first day. This is when I hadn't really settled into camera, and I was still just doing, like, when I first started out doing films and stuff, I would do like continuity. And Gerry, something made him jump and he just pinned himself to the floor. When you're on set, were you not allowed to interact with the actors at all? I was told that fact in screen and media course. It depends on the shoot, really. Like, when I did Holby City, because we had all worked together for so long, like, you would... I guess it depends on the actor and it depends on the shoot, but we used to muck around all the time on Holby. Like, there was even one of the actors of Holby, like, asked me to do some filming for some other project she was doing. So she just, like, came around my house after work one day. Like, you do get to know them. She wished she didn't interact with Maggie Smith. But it does depend. Like, I guess at the end of the day, the actors are there to do a job and you don't want to be distracting them if they're trying to, like, learn lines and stuff. But then again, some actors were a lot more, like, they needed to relax in between in order to carry on working. So that when are the buns going on Holby? Holby's finished now. Doesn't exist anymore. You let the actors start the conversation. Yeah. It's all just about, like, because sometimes, you used to get, some actors are so, like, naughty as well. Like, there was this, I forgot his name, I think he was called John something. There was this Scottish actor on Holby who was like, he was my favourite one there. He was so silly, but he left after I'd only been doing it for a little bit. But there's things like when you're doing the clapperboard, if you're doing it right next to an actor's head, you obviously do it a bit quieter than you normally would because you don't want to hurt them. And if ever you had to do it next to him, I would do it so quietly and he would be like, ah, and like really flinch and stuff. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then he would just start giggling and I was like, no. So you do get some that are just, the funniest one, what was he called? He was called Dr. Elliot, but I can't remember what his real name was. So this is a problem when you're bad with names, and then if you work in film and TV, you have to remember 2 names for everyone. Elliot Hope. Wait, or is that his real name? I can't remember. But he once we would have a prosthetic person in for the surgery scenes, but then for close-ups of the face you'd get the real actor in. And look at Gerry, you standing up so tall. And we had just broken to move the set, so we'd broken to get the real actor in for the surgery scene, and he came strolling in. Paul Bradley, that's the one. He's very lovely. Paul Bradley, he came strolling in and he just like stood in his position where he was going to be at the surgical table, and he just started slapping the actor like, hello. And then the actor was like, oh, and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I thought they were still the prosthetic. It's just this poor extra who's just getting slapped by the main actor. It was very funny. So yeah, you do just get like some actors, like, I guess when they're doing something like Holby and they're sort of on it every week and it's more of like it's not just a one-off project, they do, settle into, it becomes more of like, I guess they have to find fun in the working environment. Guy Henry on Holby, he was very much, he comes across as like a very serious actor, but he was actually one of the naughtiest for mucking around. He's been in a few things, but yeah. Wait, what was the question I was? I was gonna. Oh yeah, there was a the job I walked out on. I turned up as a lighting assistant, and when I got there, the director / producer / writer, it was one of those types of jobs, was like, no, like, women don't do lighting. And I was like, what? So I was like, do you know what? I can't be bothered to argue. I'll just do today and then won't come back. And he put me to do like photocopying the scripts and stapling them together or something. It was like proper admin work. Meanwhile, the 2 fellas who had turned up, who had no experience in lighting whatsoever, he let them do the lighting. And then I was like, should I just carry on and get the experience, of being on set anyway? It's another credit sort of thing. And then the next day, that night, I got a message saying, oh, we've had a change of the script, by the way. I've decided to change the main character's name to Bryony. And I was just like, okay, I'm not coming back. I was like, I don't like your environment. Thank you very much. Goodbye. So yeah, that was something I did one day on and then never went back. I can't remember their name. It was just like a short film. You just get people who will do like, they just fund their own projects and stuff, and that was one of them. I did like a lot of very like scrappy short films that were good to get general. It was quite good because then I got in with like the London School of Film. I did a lot of short films with them, and they were people who probably will go on to actually work in the film industry in a big way. So it was, hello, are you in your box? I got to, and it was with them that I got to go to like Norway and Ireland to do a short film. The ones where you get paid in a packed lunch, yeah. I had one. It was meant to be like a web series or something. And it was meant to be paid. And then they were like, oh, actually, we found out we don't have enough in the budget to pay anyone, but you can invest in the business if you want. We were like, wait, are you saying you want us to pay you? It's like, no. It was, I was thinking about them yesterday because one of them popped up on my Facebook feed and I was like, still never got paid. I don't know if this is well right, but here the person below the gaffer is or used to be called a best boy. Yeah, so I think you get best boys in the grip department and best boys in the lighting department as well. And the best boy is sort of in charge of all of the equipment and stuff. So like, they will handle anything being returned for repair or just like how much equipment is going out to different locations, what goes on and off of the truck essentially. Will be the best boy. Gerry, do you want to be a best boy? What about the goodest boy? Look at you. I used to work with Billy from DIY SOS, if anyone knows him. And he had a Mercedes and the number plate was DIY SOS. So that was fun. He used to give me lifts every now and then. Mercedes, I bet he was fun. Yeah, a lot of the lighting department on Holby were just like older gentlemen who would just like, it was so funny. Literally, you would go for a rehearsal of a scene and you would just hear snoring from behind a closed, because obviously it's all like a hospital set, and you would just hear snoring and it would just be from like, they just climbed into a hospital bed and fallen asleep. You'd be like, hang on, you're not one of the extras. And there was a Holby set that was meant to be haunted as well, that I didn't like going to when I was on my own. It was actually quite spoopy. Hello, Fifi. Hello, Gerry. What doing? But yeah, I was very blessed that I got to work on a lot of different things, Fifi. Are you attacking my bum? Have I done that? No, I used to fall asleep in the mornings of Downton Abbey because I would have to get the train to get there on time. I'd have to get the train at like 4:30. And I would get in and I would have a nap in the toilet of the Downton Abbey set, and then I would, not the set one, but the like where the studio was, and then I would start work afterwards. It was very tiring. Going back to what you said last night, would that be the work you would look to go back into? I don't know. I'd like to go back in if I could go in at a higher level, because I think one of the reasons I stopped doing it as much was, do you know, I keep seeing these and it's reminding me of that leaf puzzle from A Little to the Left yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, these ones line up and but this one does. My brother does rigging for live events, which is kind of related. Oh yeah. I like doing live stuff. I only got to do a couple of live things, but they were exciting when I did them. Oh, Fifi, she's got binkies. There was one week where I worked out that I think I spent, 1 month, where I think I worked out that I spent only 15 hours in the flat with Alex. And that's when I was like, I don't like traveling away for work so much. So that was sort of why I started doing more Bristol-based things, because I didn't like being away from Alex all the time and being away from, well, it was Jennabun then, it was just Jennabun, but yeah. So like, for instance, because the problem with the film industry and TV is once you're in, you don't really say no to stuff, because they won't ask you the next time. So I literally, like, we got married on a Wednesday and I was back to work. I was back, like, traveling away for work on the Friday sort of thing, to be ready to start on the Monday. It was, she is going. Will Cute, thank you very much for the 4 months. Hello. She had a lot of energy last night as well. I could feel her charging up. I was like, just do zoomies, just get it out. But she wouldn't. I was like, go on. One of my favourite things would be if there's a place called the Bottle Yard in Bristol. I used to like working there. It's a very interesting space. If you've ever seen probably no one used to watch it, but there used to be a show that was filmed there called Trolleyed, that was in like a big supermarket, a big fake supermarket. And I worked in that supermarket once for, what was it for? I don't even remember, but there was another shoot that asked to borrow it because we just needed like a couple shots in the supermarket. And it was really strange just being like inside what felt like a massive supermarket. And we would also try and sneak onto the set because Poldark was filmed at the Bottle Yard, so we would try and sneak in there. There was a show, what was it? It was a show that was like a medieval, like, parody, like, comedy show. I want to say it was called, like, it wasn't called Camelot, it was called something. It had a name, would you believe? What was it called? I always meant to watch it. Not Spamalot. It was, oh, I can't think. Why are you just chewing the wall? Why would you do that? I'll have to try and find it. But, yeah, there was a show that had that. Not Merlin. It was not Upstart Crow. That was the David Mitchell one, wasn't it? Hello. But it was, they had this like big, like, medieval hallway set that had thrones at the end, and they were there at the same time as we were there for Living in the Dead, and we used to sneak onto their set and sit in the thrones. But I can't think what it's called now. But yeah, that was good fun. Sounds like Narnia. There was lots of stuff like that if you were working with a good crew, even if the shoot was tough, you could, you know what, Gerry, I realise I've not even given you your medicine today. Let's do medicine and treats, if I can get the boy over. The boy? The boy! Gerry boy. Oh, blimey, you almost ran fully into that, Gerry. Gerry. You can have your treat afterwards. What a good baby boy. What a good baby boy. No, Gerry. Gerry. Oh, blimey. Oof. It's looking a bit damp today because usually I pat it down with kitchen roll, but obviously don't have any, so you can just see water flicking around. He's doing very well considering he doesn't really like it when it's too damp. There you go. They're eating coriander. One of those salad spinners. We do actually have one. I didn't even think to put it in there. I've not used it yet. Alex got it as a newfangled doodad. I've not actually used it. I said a really boring task to do, so thank you for the interesting TV stories to listen to. I think the only thing I wish I had have done differently with the TV stuff and film stuff is I used to be probably a bit too like shy and respectful about not taking photos of things. But I sort of wish I had just been a little bit cheekier with it, just so I had things to look back at. Because a lot of people were. Like, but I was always very like, oh no, I shouldn't take photos. But yeah, I wish I had have just taken a few more. Did you ever steal something from a set? I don't think so. Not that apart from, I used to take some like, hello Swan. I used to take like camera bits and bobs because like at the end of the shoot, you'd go into, like you'd have the job of de-rigging stuff. And if there are any like what we call consumables left over, which was like tape and stuff, things that would be useful like Velcro, things that would probably just get chucked or saved for, like that was the sort of stuff that was, because you weren't getting paid very much in my position usually, that was seen as like the secret benefit that you could, you know, any consumables that weren't used, you could just take those because they're probably going to get chucked anyway. So yeah, that sort of stuff. The perks, yeah. But from a set, the only thing I have from a set, I think, is... Oh, no, actually, there was one time that I was given a leek from Downton Abbey. I was given a leek to take home. So I took it home and ate it. Gerry, where are you? There you are. But yeah, I don't think the only thing I have from the set is the first thing I ever worked on was a film called Dimensions, and there's a scene in Dimensions where basically someone smashes up a piano, and everyone who worked on the film got given a key from the piano, and they spelt my name wrong on mine. I was like, oh. But I still have it. Alex got one as well. So we have 2 little piano keys from that. Was it Lorraine instead of Lauren? Yeah. Good morning, Goblin. And did I see a Cosmic in there as well? Good morning, Cosmic. That was the one that at the after party I accidentally kissed the director on the mouth. And they still didn't spell my name right. That's showbiz. Bob. Accidentally. I wasn't used to people doing that. You know when people do the cheek kiss, the like mwah, mwah thing that's very Hollywood. I thought they were going for the other cheek. So I turned my head the wrong way and just kissed her on the mouth. Then I was like, thank you for the opportunity. And I never saw her again. That's also very Hollywood, yeah. That was a very lovely shoot. They had... the director was married to the writer, and the writer would stay on set, and he had this like 3-legged lurcher. I can't remember his name. And it was... But he would like follow him around everywhere. He was so lovely. Super lovely dog. Luckily she filled out a restraining order using the wrong name. Are you going to attack Parsley? She is attacking Parsley. Bridie doesn't know as the director is here in this chat. No, they both moved back to America and started fostering loads of dogs. It's really lovely. But yeah, it was very nice. A very nice first experience of film, because I got to do a little bit of everything. I was working with like the props department the first day, and then I did some running, and then I did some extra work. So it was very much like, but it was very low budget, but it was all sort of, you know, professionals and stuff. So we see nothing. We can barely see Gerry. Yeah, he's just a little head peeking out. I'm waiting for him to come off the toilet so I can actually get a shot of him. Did you bring your camera to the set? No, I never did. Never did. Does she do dog streams on Twitch? Maybe. Gerry, stop pooping. He's just washing his face on the toilet now. Maybe I'll just get up and go towards Fifi instead. Mind the boy. There we go. It's just a lion with bunny ears. Oh, now he stops pooping. But yeah, that was a good one. I felt absolutely mortified when I saw myself on screen as an extra, though. I was like, oh my gosh, I look terrible. Looking back now, I'd probably be more amused by it. But at the time, I was like, oh no, I look dreadful. I felt very sad. But yeah, it was a good time. It was nice. Well, I guess it's time for me to go and get some breakfast and then probably have a nap. I checked how chaotic I was yesterday when you called me and wait. Oh, no, it's lovely. Oh, should we go to Doodle? Noel? I was going to say Christmas. It's not time for Cosmic. I messed that up. I messed up the joke. Wow. Raiding Jewel in Big Minute. Nice. Gerry, you're just hiding behind the castle now. Oh, there he is. There's the boy. You got a little window through to the boy. Thank you all for chilling and chatting. I'm sorry I've just been super sleepy today. And losing my sentences more so than usual. But yeah, I shall be back at 2. It's Rythian Day today. Because of a brand deal on Friday. But Rythian has a brand deal on Friday now too, so it worked out quite well that we moved. But yeah, I hope you all have very lovely days. I'll see some of you later. I know Ace Attorney isn't everyone's thing, so I won't see some of you later, but those that do, lovely to see you. Those that don't, have a very lovely day, whatever you get up to. And I shall speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Nap time. Maybe I'll just nap whilst I eat toast. Bye-bye, everyone. Look after yourselves. Hello, Gerry. Oh, he's snuffling. One check. Nice. Thank you very much, Ravine. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.